Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another TEW 2020 Experiment video here. As today we do, a lot of news in wrestling in the moment about Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes leaving AEW, rumored to be coming back to the WWE. So why not see how that goes with a little bit of a twist here. Another suggestion by a viewer, DGMC. Once again, as usual, leave a comment down below with any suggestions for experiments you'd like to see. Always happy to hear what you want. As today, yes, if I go to, not that one, if I go to companies and I go down to WWE, you'll see the head booker is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes back in WWE, back as booker. Because you have to remember, apparently one of the main reasons for leaving AEW was the loss of some of his booking power. And so why not see, with the room for him going back to WWE, what if he goes back to WWE and he gets a bit more booking power as the head booker? What moves will he make? Cody Rhodes, head booker of the WWE, an active wrestler as well. What will he do with himself? I mean, stat-wise, good in ring, good on mic for promos. Popularity could be improved, but it's not very low, is it? 64 is not awful. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes back in WWE, the four-time, my mistake, WWE Tag Team Champion, the two-time Intercontinental Champion. What accolades will he add to his ever-growing list? It'll be intriguing to see. Cody Rhodes, head booker. What moves will he make? We did an experiment a month ago or so, I think, of CM Punk as head booker, and his booking was very weird, and it ended with Vince McMahon's death. Will it be the same? Without further ado, let's find out. So, I'm going to simulate forward 2 years now. Give us, a bit of time, 24 months, for Cody Rhodes to really, feel his way into booking WWE. And we will look to answer the question, what if Cody Rhodes returned to WWE as the company's head booker? And here we are, back Monday, week 1, January 2024, 2 years later. Little look at the awards. CM Punk, Wrestler of the Year. Company of the Year is AEW, doing well without Cody, it would seem. Team of the Year is Super Smash Bros. Evil Uno and Steve Grayson of the Dark Order. That's quite nice to see. Match of the Year goes to CM Punk and Kenny Omega versus Adam Page and Bryan Danielson on an episode of Rampage. It does sound like a banger, to be honest. Show of the Year goes to AEW's All Out. We'll have a look at how AEW's doing as well without Cody, of course. Young Wrestler goes to Julia Hart of AEW's just smashing it, aren't they? Veteran Christian Cage, AEW. Female Wrestler Britt Baker, AEW. Most Improved Company is Alpha One Wrestling. Independent Wrestler is Tommy End, Malachi Black of AEW. Oh my lord. Let's go to the main focus of this, WWE. And we'll see Cody Rhodes is still head booker. Vince McMahon has not died, so Cody Rhodes is still booking things. That's fun to see. A figurehead has emerged as well. Becky Lynch. Oh, this tour company is so weird. The figurehead of the company is Becky Lynch. Roman Reigns, sure. Randy Orton, sure. Kevin Owens, okay. MVP. What has MVP been doing? 83 Jesus Christ, MVP has been on it, apparently. Title history-wise. No new title reigns, though. He's just been smashing it, I guess. I mean, he's been wrestling a lot. Oh my lord, they're booking him strong. 70 wins, 37 losses. In 2023, 52 wins to 5 losses. What? MVP absolutely killing it. Oh my lord, an 89 rated match with Finn Balor against Apollo Crews and Rey Fenix, who has showed up. Okay. Cody Rhodes signing some people from AEW, some of his friends, sure. Let's see how Cody Rhodes has done. He is the focus of this. I have to scroll down still. Where is he? There he is, Cody Rhodes. His popularity has got... He was in... Okay, let's go over everything. Popularity has gone down the past year by 3. He started at 64. He stayed at 64 for a year, and now it started to drop to a 61. Cody Rhodes did get injured. Oh, he was out for a whole year. That's why his popularity didn't go down then, yeah? Because he just got injured. A badly herniated spinal disc, out for a year. Thank God he had booking power. This would be a complete wash, because he would have done nothing. He's been at the very least booking. Match history-wise, 2022, he started the year off 6 wins and 6 losses. No title matches. Teaming with the Street Profits and the Mysterios. Yeah, fought MVP in his debut, fought Seth Rollins, teamed with Randy Orton, a little bit of a throwback. Then he got injured, of course, didn't return until 2023. And in the 9 months he wrestled then, 29 wins, 44 losses. You know what, he's not completely overusing his booking power. Only fighting for mid-card titles. US champion Bron Breakker. Beautiful to see. Booking Bron Breakker very nicely. And United States champion Pete Dunne as well. So let's see how he's booking overall then. Because booking himself fairly, he's putting over a lot of talent. He's staying in the mid-card picture rather than the world title picture. Which, nice of him to do so. Not go completely mad with power. Title history-wise, always good to see how they're booking titles. So, Money in the Bank, the winners were Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. Okay. Women's Money in the Bank winners were Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley. Okay, all fair enough. Women's Rumble winners were Alexa Bliss and Alexa Bliss, 2 years in a row. Big fan of her, apparently. Men's Rumble was Randy Orton and Roman Reigns. Sure, okay. Randy Orton, a 3-time winner. I don't think anyone could begrudge him that. And then, let's go over all the titles then. Women's tag team to start. Carmella and Queen Zelina lose it to Natalya and Dakota Kai. I'm just happy Dakota Kai's on the main roster winning a title. Lose it to the dream team of Sasha Banks and Io Shirai. Jesus Christ. Who, of course, lose it to the equal dream team of Natalya and Tamina, who have to vacate the title, and it's won by Banks and Bayley, who are holding it. Sasha Banks dominating the women's tag division. Don't know what that says about the women's singles divisions at the moment, but we move to the Smackdown tag, which is... where did we start? We start with the Usos, lose it to the New Day, lose it to the Usos, lose it to the Street Profits, lose it to the Usos. Yeah, the Usos, 7-time champs, dominating the Smackdown tag title divisions. Some things never change, I suppose. The Raw tag team, where are we at? We are at Orton and Riddle, I guess, because that's where... This is the January update, so it hasn't been updated with, not American Alpha, Alpha Academy. Lose it to the Dirty Dogs, lose it to Pete Dunne and Tommaso Ciampa. A bit of a banging team, to be honest. 2 brutal guys from NXT, the older, the younger, the experienced, the youth. I actually quite like that team, to be honest. Lose it to the New Day, lose it to Riddle and Apollo Crews. Sure. Then we come to the mid-card. US title starts on Damian Priest, loses to Cesaro. Cesaro does something at the very least. Loses to Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa getting called up and winning the tag title, winning the United States title, using Tommaso Ciampa, period, but quite well, thankfully. Loses it to Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker beating Ciampa for another title, but then Ciampa avenging it, winning the US title back, had to vacate, and then lost it to Pete Dunne. And then won by Pete Dunne, so... That's quite nice. Ciampa and Pete Dunne teaming up, and then Ciampa winning the US title, having to vacate due to injury, I'll just check that. And then it being won by his former partner, Pete Dunne. That's nice to see. I'll check that after. Tommaso Ciampa. Screw it. I'll check it now. Where are you, Tommaso? You high? You're not. Tommaso Ciampa. Where is Tommaso Ciampa? He's not here. What happened to Tommaso Ciampa? He's been on... You call him up, wins tag titles, wins the US title a couple times, and you didn't release him, did you, Cody? He broke his neck. Jesus Christ. That was a concern always, hasn't it? He got injured, out for 1 year and 2 weeks. And just over a month later, Cody just released... you know what? Cody's the booker, not the manager. Vince releases him. He breaks his neck for this company. He gets called up. He wins the tag title. He wins the US title twice. And then he breaks his neck in action. Once again. Tommaso Ciampa, not retired, unemployed. Retire, please, Ciampa. Please, for the love of God, just retire, mate. It's not worth it anymore. He breaks his neck wrestling for this company as its US champion. And then he gets released a month later. Oh, if he didn't get injured, God knows where he'd be right now, but... Oh, that's put a downer on things, hasn't it? Oh, damn. Intercontinental, Shinsuke loses to Elias. Elias returning and doing something. Loses to Jinder Mahal, sure. Loses back to Elias. And your current champ is Gable Steveson. Okay, Gable Steveson held it for 15 days, so God knows what Cody will do with his reign, but... I mean, from the championship reign so far, Cody, I'm liking Cody's booking. He's using Pete Dunne, he's using Ciampa before he got released because he broke his neck, using Bron Breakker, using Cesaro, using Nakamura, Elias, Stevenson's debuting well. Yeah, I've got no problems with Cody's booking at the moment, but, I mean, let's go to the main ones. SmackDown Women's first of all. Where do we start? We start with Charlotte, loses to Queen Zelina, loses to Charlotte, loses to Becky, loses to Queen Zelina. I mean, yeah, he's using Queen Zelina. We love Queen Zelina. So we have no problem with that. Universal title starts, of course, with Roman Reigns. His historic reign ends after, God, just under 2 years, 23 months, to John Cena. John Cena winning his historic 17th world title, and Roman Reigns' historic reign ending. Being the same thing thematically makes sense. I'd personally use that to put over someone, but I haven't got any specific qualms or issues with it. And John Cena losing to Brock Lesnar, because of course, at WrestleMania, and Brock Lesnar held the title since April. Whilst the Raw Women's Championship, we start with Becky Lynch, loses to Bliss, loses to Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke getting a moment. Holding it for a bit as well, held it for, oh god, how many months is that? September, October, November, December, January, February, 7 months. Which, fair enough. She had her 24/7 title reign as a little trial run, and then Cody said, put the belt on her. You know what, I don't begrudge her it. Loses to Bliss, loses to Belair, who's held it for 4 months. And then finally, the WWE title, we start with Brock Lesnar, loses it to Drew McIntyre, McIntyre dethroning Lesnar again at SummerSlam, holds it till Mania, he loses to Reigns, Roman Reigns winning the championship, winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 39, following losing the WWE Universal Championship to Cena, and then vacated, actually, but won at SummerSlam by Big E. So what happened with Roman Reigns, I wonder? I mean, first of all, I'll say overall, the booking of the championships, I'd say Cody Rhodes, I don't actually have any complaints. I mean, CM Punk's were so much weirder, with some of the people he gave title reigns to, like Hornswoggle and stuff, but, I mean, yeah, I don't have any issues with this from Cody Rhodes. I mean, he's used Big E as a WWE champion, he's booked John Cena's win that. I don't have, I'd go with something else, but I don't have any specific issues. It makes sense thematically. Tommaso Ciampa, he gave 2 United States title reigns and a Raw tag title reign too before he broke his neck and got released by Vince. Screw Vince. Pete Dunne, a tag champ and a mid-card champ. Bron Breakker, a champ. Queen Zelina being used. Dana Brooke got a title reign. I don't have any issues with what Cody Rhodes is doing, to be honest. Do I want to look here? Dana Brooke lost, he does long reigns for this. Dana Brooke loses it to Shanky. Shanky holds the 24/7 title for 6 months. We love Shanky. Loses to R-Truth, holds it for 3 months. Loses it to Damian Priest in the mid-card title reign. We don't stand that. He holds it for 3 months. Loses to Raul Mendoza, holds it for 6 months. Gives it to Santos Escobar. We do love Santos Escobar, not in the 24/7 title picture, though. Rey Mysterio has left WWE. That's news. Cody choosing to release him. Happy Corbin's left. I'm not going to look at this. It's going to make me sad, isn't it? He has no power over releases, so that's not important. MVP being a major star is still one of the shocking things to me for some reason. I didn't expect that. But overall, Cody's booking good, I'd say. We'll look at the Mania and that, the main ones. Roman Reigns vacated through injury, 11 months with a broken neck. Why is everyone breaking their damn neck in this company? What has happened? Have we forced everyone to use the tombstone all of a sudden? Is that a new rule? Instead of no tombstones, it's all tombstones. Jesus. WrestleMania 38. Cody Rhodes wouldn't have been on this show, would he? Would he have been back in time for the next one? I mean, we'll just look at the Mania main events. WrestleMania 38's main events. Roman Reigns defeating Goldberg and Lashley for the Universal title, and Lesnar defeating Kevin Owens. Sure. And then on the second night, Roman Reigns defeating Zayn, Miz, and Lashley for the Universal title, and Lesnar defeating Owens again. My lord, poor Kevin Owens. And then WrestleMania 39, Reigns defeated McIntyre to win the WWE title, and Lesnar defeated Cena to win the Universal Championship. Okay, 2 big matches at the very least. And then 39 in Hollywood, Lesnar defeating Miz to retain the Universal title. The Miz, Hollywood star, getting a Universal title match at WrestleMania. We do love to see that. And Reigns defeating Riddle and Owens to retain the WWE title. He had just won it as well. Sure. As overall, WWE done well. AEW without Cody. winning a lot of awards at the very least. Tony Khan, the head of booker, now complete control. To the world champions. Britt Baker lost to the Bunny, lost to Rio, lost to Ronda Rousey, who lost to Rio. Rio, a three-time champ. Ronda Rousey in AEW, sure. The TNT title without Cody Rhodes going. Sammy Guevara vacating, going to Chris Jericho to Andrade, to Kenny Omega, to Adam Page, to Kenny Omega, to Bryan Danielson, to Kenny Omega. The TNT title division is banging, isn't it? Adam Page, Kenny Omega, Danielson, Omega, Andrade, Jericho. Jesus Christ. The women's, we did the women's, the world's, Kenny Omega to Adam Page losing it to Miro holding it for about 10 months and then losing to MJF, who's held it ever since. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with all the decisions Tony Khan's made booking-wise. And honestly, I'm fine with all the decisions Cody Rhodes made booking-wise. So, you know, overall, to answer the question, what if Cody Rhodes returns to WWE as head booker? In ring-wise, he picks up an injury and misses most of his time. But as a booker-wise, I don't actually think he did too badly. Looking at, you know, the champions, who he's pushing, who he's giving the title reigns to, the length of them. I don't have any specific issues to mention, which says a lot. But, you know, it doesn't matter what I think, really. It matters what you think. So let me know down in the comments down below how you think Cody Rhodes has done as head booker. You know, with the superstars he's pushing and all that. Let me know your thoughts. And whilst you're down there, let me know any experiments you'd like to see once again. Always happy to hear your suggestions. So if you have any, then leave them down below. Yeah, like the video if you've enjoyed. I hope you have. Subscribe to the channel for more. Maybe go check out some of the other experiment videos if you haven't yet, or even some of the TEW series. My NXT 2010 one's kind of on a hiatus at the moment, but still, go check it out. And my TEW one is on the final stretch to WrestleMania, so no better time to pick it up, in my opinion. WrestleMania 38 going to be huge. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.